This show is brought to you by Onnit.com. Go to Onnit.com and use code word church to get 10% off of all of their great optimization products. Alpha Brain, New Mood, Shroomtech Immune, Shroomtech Sport. Joe is a huge fan of the Strong Bone. Use code word church to get 10% off, or just go to joeydiaz.net and click on the Onnit banner. Go to naileditlife.com, all you oil and wax smokers out there, for the premier vapor pen on the market. Use code word JoeyDiaz to get 20% off of your order. Go to hitecigs.com. That's hit letter E cigs.com. Better tasting, longer lasting. A lot of people are sending in pictures on Twitter. They're getting it, they're liking it. So please go check it out. The proof is in the vape. E-cigarettes and e-cigars for you. Different levels of nicotine in both, and the e-cigarettes come in multiple flavors if that's something you're interested in. Use code word Joey's Church. That's Joey's Church to get 20% off of your order. And go to IronDragonTV.com. Iron Dragon TV is a brand new Roku channel. I just set up my new Roku yesterday. I finally got rid of cable. I checked out Iron Dragon TV's offering. They have a ton of martial arts movies. Like, I don't think you could ever, if you sat down and watched them, I think it would take a while to get through them. They have all the cool Jackie Chan stuff before he came into America. They're going to have 4K technology. They have the Ip Man series. Use code word Joey to get 2 free rentals.
Oh shit. What the fuck, you asking yourself? It's Monday. It's cold out. Snow's coming down. Whatever. It don't matter. You're a fucking Marine, cocksucker. Wash your fucking nuts, powder them, and get out there and let these motherfuckers know who's running things. What? Oh shit.
Beat down, brother, check it out. I'm about to throw down. Dick in hand, and shit that has you turned down. A little city, chilling in the North Bay.
What are you gonna do? Sit there like a fucking mutt? Play that, Lee. Kick that motherfucker. What are you gonna do? Sit there, get up. Write your goals, motherfuckers, for the month, the year, and the week, and the day. Get up, get out there, get the knife. Whatever the fuck it is. Polish the blood off it. You're getting some new blood on that motherfucker today. Let's do this.
Have you seen the music video for this?
It's fucking crazy.
But there's a dude in the background of every shot just like nodding his head. And
Sure.
I could do that.
That's what black people do. They
No,
just
he's
stand
white.
there.
He's a white dude.
Whatever. He's confused. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad you brought it up. How amazing does it feel putting powder on your nuts? I love it.
It's the best feeling.
I don't need it as much anymore now. I've lost a
No.
little bit of weight, but I still have powder.
Sure. You're rough against the jeans and shit.
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
make that noise. It's fucking Monday. It's a beautiful day to be alive. We're back. It's the second week of the year, you know? What the fuck? What do you need? All they need is you. Just looking on Twitter, 5 people got shot at a Chris Brown concert. When the fuck are you people going to realize? Stay the fuck away from that kiss of death. Because that's exactly what that motherfucker is.
He was at my gym for a second.
He's the kiss of death.
Yeah.
How the fucking building didn't blow up is beyond me. 5 people. Chris Brown just has this fucking thing. Even when I see him, I'm like, that guy, I don't know what the fuck his deal is. You know, again, 5, I don't know what the fuck the story is, but why would you bring a gun to a Chris Brown concert unless you're going to shoot him? That's what I'm going to shoot is fucking Chris Brown right in the fucking neck. What the fuck? It's Monday. You know what I'm saying? You got to start the week off good. I might as well shoot fucking Chris Brown.
In the neck?
Whatever. Right in that fucking tattoo in his stupid fucking neck. What's happening, you beautiful people? Had a great time Saturday night. You came to the Melrose Improv. Thank you very much. We had a great time. Lee was there with the girlfriend.
There are a lot of cool people there.
Yeah, Einstein from 10 Planet Culver City. My man, what the fuck's his name?
Renee.
Alder. Renee was there. Who else was fucking? I mean, Alder from 10 Planet Van Nuys.
Oh, he was there?
Hassan
I didn't
was
see
there.
him.
From GMAC. I mean, there was just some fucking Renee Encarnacion. He's probably at Disneyland yesterday, said it was raining.
He flew in from New York with a girl. He's just like, fuck, I'm going to take a vacation.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
And then didn't someone else come from like Australia and then England?
There was some people there, so it was cool. I got stoned as fuck. I ate some stars. We ate a Star David this morning. Did you eat it, Lee?
Of course I
Don't be
did.
bullshit, man. I was watching
You
it.
watch me like until I stop chewing. You're watching me, but you're not watching me.
I gotta watch you like a hawk, cocksucker. You know, when I do these shows now, I feel different, you know, on stage, and I feel different when I'm there. And I gotta tell you something, it's a good time for comedy right now. It's a very good time for comedy. If you live in the LA area, and you've stopped by the Comedy Store, it's a good time for fucking comedy. You know, at the Improv the other night, it's a good time for comedy. When I'm at the Laugh Factory, it's a great time for comedy. You know, it's something's different. It's like the good guys won finally. You're not watching the shit that Comedy Central puts out and all these other fucking stations put out, you know, network. You're watching the underground shit come out now. The shit that people wouldn't talk about. And it's all through Twitter and social media.
And it's coming out on the network now. Like Little
Yeah.
Esther was just on TV.
They have to.
Ari's on TV next Friday.
Let me tell you something, man. Right now, the funniest guy working is Sebastian Maniscalco.
I haven't seen him
But
recently.
a tight, close second is Ari Shaffir. I'm telling you this right now, guys. I'm not telling you this because he's my friend. I'm telling you that the material that Ari's throwing right now about Biggie and going to China and taking a shit is some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in stand-up. And I'm not telling you guys this as he's my buddy. I love him to death, but I'm really proud of him. He tore it up in Las Vegas that night with Rogan. I was sitting there going, what the fuck am I going to come up with? Because this guy's killing him. He was killing him. So, you know, Bill Burr is out there now. I mean, it's just... So his special premiere is Friday night, Ari.
Yeah, I think you can buy it pretty soon on his website.
Okay.
But yeah, you could... He said something crazy. Like, he shot like 70 minutes and only 40-something is going to get on TV. So for $5, I'm just going to go and buy it and get the whole 70.
And it's Friday night on Comedy Central.
Yeah, I think it's the 11th or 12th. It's like that night at midnight, so it's
Well,
technically
tonight's the
Saturday
12th.
morning. No, it's not the 12th, and it's Friday.
Okay, it's Friday, the 16th.
Yeah, let me check it.
And then the 17th, we're doing the Riot, LA Riot Comedy Festival.
Right.
And I'm doing the show Saturday night with Al Madrigal, I think TJ Miller and Ari. And it's called Revenge. The theme is revenge, which is fucking perfect for me.
And then his show comes out that you're on.
When does that, the following Thursday night? Or
Well, the whole season starts. It's like
Thursday.
8 weeks, I think.
Right, I'm on the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm on the last
Oh,
one,
cool.
obviously. I'm like in fucking April or something like that. But I don't give a fuck. Hey, listen, man.
No.
For our Comedy Central does not even look at me. For Ari to go to bat for me with Comedy Central, I owe him my fucking life, you know? That's the type of kid he is. He just told him from the jump he's doing it because he was there from the beginning. So
It's the 16th at
yeah,
midnight.
you got to admire that because the 17th we're doing a Riot Festival, whatever the fuck it is.
Do you think? Do you wish you had been on Comedy Central?
Yes and no. I just didn't like the fact how they shunned me from the beginning. But listen, man, that's the beauty of life. Some people like you and some people don't like you. I never really... It made me work in a different direction. I at least I knew that door was closed to me. I don't want to live my life going, maybe. You know? At least I knew that they didn't want to do business with me. It all started when Joe did the Man Show and I came out naked running. They all banned me for that. They kind of like... It was like a silent type ban. But then years later, they took a couple comedy pictures from me. They called me in for a few comedy pictures. And then my name's been thrown around for specials or whatever, involvement on Midnight and stuff like that. And they've just said no, you know, flat out. So, you know, I hear everything.
Yeah.
I hear everything. Even when they're working again. You know, this chapter on this thing of revenge, when Ari called me because we're doing this, it was really weird because it's going on in a weird part of my life. I'm trying to write this book, and I'm writing a book about the rocket ship. I lived in that rocket ship in '84. And I didn't know until I was writing the chapter about living in a rocket ship in '84. On the way here, I made a left and I went down that alley and I saw a guy sleeping out next to a shopping cart.
Yeah.
And I kept going. I go, I wonder what if, you know, I said to myself, I wonder what it feels like tonight to sleep outside. And I go, you know what? I slept outside many a fucking night. I slept outside in a car here in L.A. for about 3 or 4 or 5 months. And in '84...
Do you get any sleep when you're sleeping outside? I can't imagine you get any sleep.
I don't, it depends how fucked up you are. You ever been walking and you just see a guy like dropped?
Yeah.
And you got to walk over him? Like that guy just got tired and fell. Like that guy just said, fuck it. You know, yeah, you sleep with one eye, you got money in your pocket. You don't know if somebody's going to run up to you and stab you while you're sleeping, you know. If I'm walking down the street and I'm a killer and I'm looking to kill somebody, I see a bum, I'm going to shoot him right in the fucking foot, you know, something. He's sleeping, you know, there's no resistance if I'm a fucking psychotic person, you know. And it just, sleeping outside just does something to you. You sleep a few hours, you sleep light. I slept outside when I was a comedian. You know, many a nights I had to take a bus somewhere and there's a 4-hour delay. What are you going to do? you gotta fucking sleep. You sit in a bus station, you put your jacket on over your head, you put your money in your front pocket, and you put your hand in there, and you put the bag next to you and try your best.
Yeah, but there has to be a difference between my bus is coming in 4 hours and I got nowhere to go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You have nowhere to go, and you wait for the heat from the sunlight. I mean, I remember being on that fucking rocket ship and doing coke in there. Like, it's a 3-foot,
Someone posted a picture of it. I thought it was horizontal. It's vertical.
It's vertical.
Okay.
And it has a couple of different floors, and there's a beam in the middle, and that's how you get to the top. I would just chill in the middle floor just in case I had to pee or I'd pee off the railing or whatever. But you had to snort in the 3 feet. I would actually go in there with booze by myself at night. Jeez. And then I would hide like a blanket, and I'd do dumb shit, But I know what it's like to be outside. And it was November and December in Jersey.
That means there's snow.
There's snow. It's fucking cold out. So I thought about the rocket ship. I wrote a general thing, living in a rocket ship, and I go, nobody wants to read this. You have to describe what you were going through. What it felt like at the end of the night to not only come down off the coke and get depressed, but then you're naturally depressed. You're living in a fucking rocket ship.
Yeah.
The weight of everything was on top of me. But on that weight was a pain that I had. Like, I was 21, and I was just sick and tired. Sometimes people just get sick and tired. And I always knew I wanted to leave Jersey, so I came out here to see my uncle. And I came out to get, listen, life throws curveballs at you. And then people throw curveball at you, but your family's always going to be there. This last Thanksgiving, I've been talking to my uncle since 2009. And this last Thanksgiving, we were going to get together and do Thanksgiving.
We had him on the podcast.
And the Monday before Thanksgiving, my cousin called and she said, hey, he doesn't want to do it. He wants to go to a restaurant. And in a way, it helped me out because it got me off the hook. I didn't want to bring the baby down with the turkey in the car and all that. So I started thinking about it. I go, you know what? This is perfect. So then he called the next day. He goes, no, I didn't say that. So I said to him, listen, what I'll do is this. We're going to go get the turkey. We'll eat here. We'll see what you're doing later on. If you don't want to go out with your girlfriend or your son, we'll bring some food down to you. Well, I called him that day, and he goes, no, my son's here. I'm going to be all right, but if you want to stop down later, that's fine, too, with the baby. I go, all right. So that was the week I had the vertigo. Mm-hmm. So we went out. We took the baby out. I went back home, and I fell asleep. I had vertigo. I laid down. I called him the next day. He didn't answer the phone. He didn't call me back. I called him a couple times. He didn't call me back, which meant he was pissed off at me. Christmas Eve, we get invited to my cousin's house, his son's house. He's there, and we're cool, but we're not usual cool. He's not saying much to me. So I could tell he's pissed off over Thanksgiving, which he should have told me directly instead of telling his daughter. He should have told me what was on his mind instead of mentioning it to his daughter, that his daughter told me, and I just lost. When somebody lets you off the hook, they let you off the fuck. Oh, you don't have to be there Sunday at 6:30. You're like, fine. All of a sudden, they call you back an hour later and go, no, we switched it to 6:30. Fuck you. I already made plans, bitch. So I maybe he's pissed, whatever, and I'm dealing with it. I go, in time he won't be pissed. So I give him a present Christmas Eve. Now, when we're there Christmas Eve, I notice my cousin, the female, is sitting with the kids outside. My cousin's okay, but I could tell there's always something wrong with her. She's got a fucking husband, a boyfriend that's a cop, and there's always something going on. So I finally couldn't take it anymore. I go out there, I go, Marta, I came up here to be with you. You're sitting the fuck out here with the, come on in, talk with us. And I go, eat something. And she's like, well, I might eat with my husband, whatever, my boyfriend. I go, he ain't fucking, he's working. Eat something. We're here. We're right in front of you. It's like when you go to get a restaurant somewhere, you go to eat, pick up your order, and there's a fucking person taking your order right in front of you. Put that motherfucker on hold. There's a live body with cash in front of you.
Right.
That's the guy you talk to first. There's the guy with cash in front of you. Fuck who's on the phone. If he cared about his food, he'd get his fucking fat ass down here. The truth, okay? Fuck that motherfucker. When you're doing customer service, you deal with who's in front of you.
Right.
Fuck that homo on the fucking phone. I don't give a fuck about him and his lunch order. Probably wants hummus or some fucking fucked up shit anyway. So, that's the way I go, Marty, you're here with your fucking brothers, your dad, your mom is here, and we're all in the kitchen eating, and So she got mad at me because I said that to her. I go, fuck him. Come in here with us, And she got pissed off. I mean, we hung out for another hour and a half. I had a good time with the baby and my cousins and shit. We were playing music and the kids, and we were laughing, and my cousin's wife, and On the way out, I go, good night, and my uncle, like, raises his hand like, fuck you. And my cousin raises her hand like, fuck you, you know? And, all right, I get in the car, and whatever. I called them both the next day and thanked them. Nobody called me back. And then last Thursday was the baby's birthday. I didn't say nothing. I got up the next morning, I said, my cousin wrote something on Facebook. But that was it. I called her back to thank you for acknowledging. Never called me back. I called her back that night. Never called me back. I didn't even think about it until yesterday, Saturday morning, before the improv, that, oh my God, my cousin, my uncle, who's pretty tight with the baby, didn't call. And I go, you know what? I'll tell you, in my world, I might have a problem with you, Lee, but I'm still going to give Paula her Christmas present.
Right.
You know, whatever's going on between me and you, that we'll put that aside. It's about her. Well, I don't fucking mind not going to be friends with her because you want to be a fucking Momo. So I go, you know what, man? This guy has no idea that I've never, ever, ever, ever in my life wanted to kill somebody as bad as I wanted to kill my uncle for what he did to me in 1984. You ever watch two fighters fight, and then after the fight they beat the fuck out of each other and they're bleeding? Like what's his name? Kochek. Mm-hmm. You know, he's got a glass fucking eye. You think when he sees GSP, he wants to hug him and jump up and down? Yeah, they fought, and yeah, you got to act like a fucking civilized so people don't talk about you. But deep down inside, he's got a fucking glass eye. He hates GSP. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, we never resolved that situation of what the fuck he was thinking. I was a 21-year-old kid, you know. My circuitry was all fucked up, Lee, you know. I had dropped my faith in society. I had dropped my faith in religion. I was done. Lee. So I go, you know what? I know who'll help me out. I know who'll be cool with me, my uncle. He was always there for me growing up. You know, I wasn't the best of person at the time, but it doesn't matter, man. Family's got to take you in, you know? He didn't pick me up at the airport. He didn't answer his phone for days. I finally had to go to the restaurant and hunt him down. I remember sleeping out in front of the restaurant, spending the whole night sitting on fucking, Western Boulevard, whatever that is, Vermont Boulevard, and all the way in hell down there. And sleeping in front of his restaurant with a duffel bag. Getting up in the morning, the restaurant, me calling his house, spending quarters. In those days, every time the answering machine picked up, you lost the 30 cents.
Oh, no.
Or the 25 cents. You know, it was a fucking nightmare, Lee. Finally shows up like a 3 with some fucking chubby Mexican chick with a smile on his face. And he's like, oh, you showed up. Oh, well, I can't sleep, but you can't sleep in my house, but you can sleep upstairs. And he puts me in this liquor room with the smell of mice and rats and, you know, and then he started telling me things that I really didn't need to know at that age. Like things about my mother and drugs and how my mother got high when I was inside of her and just shit that you don't tell somebody. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, you know?
Right.
And telling me that I would never amount to anything because of the bloodline I came from. And I'm like, this is fucking cruel.
Are Hispanic parents a little bit more straight? I don't know if it's straightforward or cruel than like white parents are, or not. I don't want to say white, but
that world was a little bit more. They were more reality.
I've noticed it. Like it's not that they're mean. That sounds terrible, but it's like they don't pull punches. Like white parents would never say some of the stuff I've seen.
So he told. I didn't know this till after I made up with him.
Yeah.
Because his kids told me the story. They're like, when you came to town that time, he called the house. He wasn't living with us then. But he kept calling the house, telling us not to answer the phone if you called.
Fuck.
You know, like, this is my uncle. This is my blood. You know, so I started thinking about this. I apologized to him 25 years later for my behavior. But he's never taken me aside and said, hey, man, I was out of line that weekend, too, by the things I said to you. You know, you wouldn't amount to nothing. I mean, when I got on that plane, after we drew guns on each other, and I got on that fucking plane to Jersey, you know, once the smoke cleared, I got furiously. I realized what it had done to me. I was furiously. I think on one of the testicle testaments, I talk about how I used to call him from prison.
Yeah.
And hang up
I'm going to kill you.
Te voy a matar, hijo de puta, and hang up on him. I mean, this was going back till fucking I came out here. I was kind of scared. And then I looked him up once. When I first moved in with Terry, Terry had a Yellow Pages, and I looked at the bar, and I saw it was open, and I called him from Terry's phone, and the number had a machine to it. So I knew he still had the bar. And I was talking to Marilyn Martinez one day, and I go, Marilyn, where's Vermont? And she goes, it's right there in Hollywood. Why? And I go, my uncle has a bar at this number. And she goes, hold on, I'll ask David. And David, her husband, was black. You know, he was from Crenshaw. And she goes, yeah, there's a bar down there, a Mexican bar. It's still there. I go, that's my uncle. And I remember going, you know what, if I fail here, on the way out of town, I'm going to go in and hit him with a fucking 2x4. Hit him. And I was dead serious. Lee, I was pissed. But, Lee, you get older, you know, and you listen to people, and people always say to forgive. And it's like I forgive, but I never forgot. I never really forgot him. And sometimes I'm meeting with him, and I want to bring it up. Like, dog, what the fuck were you thinking? You know, at that time, he had cheated on his wife with some chick, and then cheated on that chick with another chick and gotten her pregnant.
The third chick?
The third chick. And the kid's around today. And the poor kid, you know, because of his behavior, the poor kid, you could see the kid's fucked up too, because the mother didn't want him. The mother dropped him off one day and said, I don't want this fucking kid.
Oh, no.
You know, because it was like she was a jilted lover. If you're not going to be with me, I don't want this fucking kid. I want the kid if we were going to be together type deal. Can you imagine that?
No.
So that's the hell he lives in, you know, and I explained to my wife yesterday. My wife told me, she goes, you know what, I didn't really understand the severity of what he had done to you till yesterday. It was horrid, like how I went home after 3 days. No, and then I tried to lash out. Yeah, I tried to lash out and rob him and take a gun out on him because I couldn't take what he was saying to me anymore.
What if he said it now? Like, what if he had said it at this age? Would it have affected you as much?
No, because I'm confident in who I am. I already know who the fuck I am. At that age, my dad had died at 3. My mom had died at 16. I had an idea. I wasn't fucking stupid, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he said things. I remember out working, and he's like, so what do you want to be, a bartender? He goes, that's as far as you'll ever get. He goes, if you're lucky, you might make a good bartender. I can't see you doing anything else. I said, well, you know, I might want to go to school and be a lawyer. He goes, you can't be a lawyer when you're a criminal. It's not in your blood type. I mean, he just was saying, and at first I was like that girl that's insecure that talks to a pimp and the pimp tells her, and I was like, this guy's fucking crazy. He doesn't know anything about me. I'm on coke, and I had a bad run of life, and I'm going to get this, you know, and I left there, and the whole point of getting, I think in '84, the whole point of getting out of that fucking rocket ship was to get my shit together, go put a bullet in his fucking head. That was the plan the whole time. But then over the...
Do you think any of it is he was just trying to motivate you? Like, did it
not
motivate
at
you at
all.
all?
Not
no?
at all. There's a way to motivate people. There's a way to talk to somebody with love. There's a way to talk to somebody fucked up and then reel them back with love. He just talked to me fucked up. There was no love. There was nothing, you know. Sometimes your dad will go, Lee, you got to do this, you know, and you feel bad. And he goes, I'm telling you this because I'm your dad. I love you. And on the way to the car, you go, you know what? I can't, because he's talking to me from the heart. This guy said nothing from the heart. The only thing he threw at me from the heart was hate and this anger and this, you know, resentment. And then the other thing that was more of that story, my mother had given him money. This is what really shocked me, because I was fucked up on drugs. It was 5 years later, but my mother had given him a ton of money before she died. I don't know what the terms were or whatever. So I thought when I would come out of here, he'd go, hey, man, your mom gave me money before she died. She gave me $20,000. Here's $5. Get your life together. I wouldn't have complained, Lee. I wouldn't have said anything. He didn't even make that effort, you know. So it was just a fucked up time. I got to talk about revenge. You know, I love revenge. I've always loved. When Ari first called me with the fucking story, I thought about when I was a kid one night, this buddy of mine got hit, and the guy was a lot older than him. We were probably 16, 17, and this guy was in his 20s. I remember him from being like a freshman in high school. He was a lot older than I was, and he was always a cunt. But he dated a friend, like a girl that I knew, and she was young. Like, she was like a sophomore, and he was like a sophomore in college probably, you know. We were probably juniors in high school. And this guy hit a friend of mine. I go, bro, it would be my honor. Let's get back at this guy, regardless of whatever comes back from it.
Right.
And we set up this thing, and the guy came out, and we hit him with a wiffle ball bat with rocks in it.
Oh.
We got a wiffle ball bat, we cut it, and we put rocks in it, and then you put a big rock at the end so the rocks don't come out. You throw a little dirt in that motherfucker. You have no idea how hard a wiffle ball bat hurts when it's at the rocks.
It would probably hurt empty.
It burns empty.
Yeah.
It burns empty. You get hit with a wiffle ball bat 15 times in the neck or somewhere that the skin's exposed.
I just imagine on the back, like.
But with rocks in it, oh my God! And that was my favorite revenge story.
I've always daydreamed about revenge. I don't think I ever. The only thing I ever did was this freaking asshole in high school was pushing me around. And he was younger than I was, but he was bigger because I was small. And one day he was messing with me in the gym locker room. I don't remember exactly what he was doing, but I had enough. And I was like, I think I was like a junior or a senior, and I just slammed him against some lockers. And we started. It was like the only real fight I've ever been in. I don't think any punches were even thrown. I just remember slamming his head against some lockers, and I got suspended for a day. But I was so. My mom wasn't even mad.
No,
I was so happy. It was the only time I ever did it.
You stuck up for yourself. It's weird that people think revenge is like, for me, revenge isn't just about that. It's like when, like, somebody will go, "Hey man, fucking." Somebody will say to me, "You know what? You should make me your partner. I don't really think Lee's a good partner for you." And I go, "Okay." And then the podcast will win an award. Yeah. And I'll see that person go, "Come here for a second." That's revenge to me.
Yeah.
Like, that was always my big revenge.
I feel that way now for, like, people who were mean to me in high school. And I go on to Facebook, and they're still working at the high school job, which is fine. But a little bit, I feel like, yeah.
Take that, bitch.
Yeah. Like, a couple of them have hit me up. Like, they come out to LA and they're like, "We should hang out." I'm like, we were never friends in high school. Why am I going to drive all the way to Los Feliz to see you now?
And fucking no parking and all.
Right.
Like, revenge, like, for me with my ex-wife, I really wanted her. But I knew that if I stuck around and did well, that would hurt her more. She wanted me to either end up dead, disappear, or go to prison, because I would never have contact with them again. But I kept out, and for me, that was my revenge, was succeeding at something. So revenge is also something like that, Yeah. Somebody fires you and says, "You're fucking an idiot." Really? I'm going to go over to your competitor and watch what I do over there. And after about 2 years, you eat their fucking lunch. You just call them every day and go, "How you like me now, bitch?" and hang up, or breathe heavy, you go, "Ah!" and hang up, whatever the fuck you do, I mean, that was always revenge for me in a way. So when he called me and told me about the topic, my dick got hard. It was perfect for me.
Yeah.
But it's just...
it's kind of weird how you're supposed to like family. And there's some people, like parents, unless they do something terrible, I'm always going to be there for my parents. But other than that, like, people make you feel bad if you don't love them or don't have a good relationship with them, which in reality, it's just you got stuck with them, and hopefully you have a good relationship, but you don't have to.
I get it. I get one thing in life, that you're not going to get along with everybody. Okay, you can't. Life's not that easy. I wish everybody I bumped into, we shook hands and flowers popped up and white birds came out. That's what you want. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, some people don't like some people's personalities. Some people don't like how somebody looks. Some people don't like how somebody sounds. I'm guilty of it also. I mean, we're all guilty of it. And we're allowed to. You can't like everything,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes two brothers aren't going to get along.
Right.
Sometimes a sibling and a sister and a brother aren't get along for certain reasons, When I see it, for me, it was always my dream to have a brother. So from my world, I don't understand you not getting along with your brother.
And now it's sort of gotten to the point where we just don't.
Not you. I'm not saying you.
Oh no, but yeah, but just for me, I haven't talked to my brother in months. Oh, he called a few weeks ago and we talked for like 10 seconds. But I used to hate him. Like, when I lived with him, I hated him. But now it's just we're in different places. But do you think part of it might have to do, like, I met you when you hadn't been a criminal for years. Do you think part of it is your cousins and your uncle just remember back then, and that's why they're not looking at how you are now?
No, because we got along great. I got along great with my uncle has 2 children and 1 illegitimate child. I get along with the kids. All three of them. I've gotten along. In fact, the tightest one I'm with is Marta. She just came to my movie shooting in Simi Valley and everything. Yeah, I'm real tight with her.
Okay.
She just took what I said wrong. I said it as a get it together. She took it as a wrong thing. Like, if I came to your house, Lee, and we were all in the kitchen eating, your mom, your dad, family, cousins, and you're in the living room watching a football game, I'm going to look at you and go, Doug, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Your parents are in the other room. Come on. Fuck the score. We'll get it later. Tape it. Who cares, That's it. If you get insulted by that, I can't be, I think there was more going on.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that when I said that to her. And I tried to apologize later, but she walked away from me. So, and like I said, I called her the other day after she wished my daughter a happy birthday. Dog, I cover the bases. I'm very fortunate. I said it 1,000 times. God took my parents, but he showed me the gift of friendship. Mm-hmm. And I don't believe you have to have 1 million friends. If you do, more power to you. I believe that you could take over the world. I could take over the world with you, Tom Brady, and a rabbi with a big black dick. You know what I'm saying?
A black rabbi or just
a white rabbi with a black dick.
Okay.
I could take over the world. I could take over the world in my mind. And I can't, but you guys know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
With a support system, with your good friends, that's all you fucking need. You want to have 50 people at your birthday party, so be it. 15 of them are laughing at you. You really got 6 or 7 motherfuckers in your corner. Your life's mission is to pluck those 6 out and to move forward like fucking, like fucking a soldier. That's what you do. If you want to have 50 fucking people, so be it. Then have 50 fucking people. Jesus had 12 and 1 fucking turned. What makes you fucking think that you're better than fucking Jesus?
Right.
Okay? Because people are going to be your friends and they're going to be happy with your accomplishments, maybe what you're not accomplishing.
This kind of goes back to the Comedy Central thing. I was saying, when you were talking about it, when I was younger, I wanted everyone to like me. And everyone wants people to like them. But it took me a while not to force myself into people who don't want me there. So, like, did you try to get into Comedy Central and then just realize, like, they don't want me there? So,
I know. You know how people treat you, how people react to you. You know when somebody wants you around. I always get calls from them for a free showcase in Santa Monica on a Tuesday at 7. What's wrong with Melrose? What's wrong with and my feelings don't get hurt. It just makes a guy like me want to work a little harder. Mm-hmm. When an avenue shuts on you, so many people come out here and they go, I can't wait to get into the store. Then they get up there and Mitzi don't like them. You could take that 2 ways. You could take that as I'm done, or you could take that as nobody's going to like everybody. Jamie Masada's going to like me, and I'm going to take what Jamie Masada offers me and make the best of what I can make of it. If it's 1 spot a week, that's what I'll do. Oh, shit, Mitzi don't like me, but the store likes me. The Improv likes me.
Right.
Guy at the Improv thinks I'm quirky, and he gives me Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's a start. Small commitments become big commitments. So, not everybody's going to dig you, Lee. You know, at work, when you had these jobs you were working at, you liked everybody in the fucking office?
No.
Out of the 5 people, how many did you really like? How many people would you invite to your home to watch a New England game, to see you in your natural habitat?
Probably none.
Okay, then.
To be honest, yeah. Yeah. No.
You have acquaintances. Everybody has acquaintances. What I'm talking about is 4 motherfuckers that I could call, like I call you at 6 in the morning sometimes. And I go, hey, dog, I'm thinking of doing this. So do I call you to fuck around with you? The interview. No. I call you to tell you I love you, I got your back, to do something with yourself in the morning. Don't I always beat you up in the morning? Get up.
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing? Huh? I'm eating breakfast. Get the fuck up. Go see the sunlight. Those are your friends. Those are your friends. You see how they're doing. With those 4 people, when my world goes aside right now, every once in a while, you know what I call? Loops. I've known Lube since I was 16. He's the first guy I ever did blow with. Because no matter what's going on in my life, Lube's always make me giggle a little bit. Even if he just stutters one time. I'm howling. What are you doing? I'm over here watching the football game. Boom! I'm dying of laughter. Because it hasn't changed. He hasn't changed. He doesn't give a fuck about Brad Pitt. He doesn't give a fuck about Golden Globes, which I put on last night for 10 minutes.
Oh, I didn't even put it on.
Let me tell you something. My wife was watching me, and I was in between writing and fucking around. And I went outside to smoke pot on the way in. I looked at this Korean or whatever, this Asian chick. I'm like, that's Margaret Cho. So, whatever, and the other chick had Margaret Cho up on stage doing little stunt, like acting like the Korean guy dressed in the Korean communist suit.
Oh, no.
And Margaret Cho, I gotta tell you, man, she was pretty good. One time,
Really?
I watched 3 minutes of it just to see where they were going. I'm like, who's this? Is this Margaret Cho? I'm a Margaret Cho fan. I'm like, is this Margaret fucking Cho? And all of a sudden, Amy Poehler walks away and the other girl, and she walks the opposite direction by walking like Hitler.
Yeah.
And the performers were coming right out. She was pretty fucking good. Margaret Cho came out here and got the shaft. Like they put her, Greg Giraldo, and Tom Rhodes on TV after Tim Allen. That's what a lot of people don't remember. I'm old enough, I remember this. That was my developing years, watching Greg Giraldo on, I think it was Common Law. And then they canceled Tom Rhodes, Greg Giraldo, and they canceled Margaret Cho.
Right.
I don't know if Margaret Cho's shows lasted. I don't remember, so don't quote me on this. And you know what? What do you do? When your show gets canceled, what do? Do you fucking pack your bags and go home? No, you're still a stand-up. You lost nothing. You took a chance. It's up to you whether or not you continue as an actor or act part-time or fucking do stand-up. And Margaret Cho kept writing and kept developing and kept fucking around and kept her fan base alive. And Margaret Cho sells some fucking tickets, dog.
Still, yeah.
Fuck yeah. 2,000 gay people with tattoos will show up at her shows yelling and screaming, smoking reefer. I opened for her years ago in Dallas, and I had a fucking phenomenal time. It was mind-boggling, the people that come out to see her. Transgenders, transvestites, people with wigs on, and they're all fucking dynamite. Everybody's got poppers, and she gets a lot of, I don't know what to call those people. Gentiles, like in motion, I guess. Gentiles in motion, I like that. Jim. Gentiles in motion. That's a new fucking watch. That'll be big in about 2 years. We're Gentiles in motion. And she was fucking rocking. And I saw how she acted afterward, and I was I've always been a fan of hers.
Really?
But after I worked with her, I really got you see, listen, man, it's not about how many laughs she has. It's what she's doing. I like what she's doing.
How much respect do you have for other comedians? Like, even, because I would never think you'd like Margaret Cho. Not dislike her, but I wouldn't think she'd be your speed.
I know who's bringing the funk, and I know who's faking it. Because for years I did it. You follow me? Not as a comic, but as a human being. So I know who's bringing the funk, and I know who's faking it. 20 years from now, you just watch the comic on Club MTV, VH1, when they had stand-up. You watched them on whatever evening at the Improv was on, and you watched them on HBO. And that's it. You knew nothing about the comic. You liked him. There was maybe, I don't know how many comedy clubs. He came to your town. You went down there. Some of them came out and spoke to you. Some of them didn't. Now it's about the complete package. But for me, it's always been about the complete package. You don't know how many times when I started the fans of comics, I was a fan of a lot of comics until I got to meet them. And it's like anything else. It's like anything else in life. Once you see behind the curtain. So it's a natural reaction. How many comics do I have respect for? First off, I have respect for people like Bill Burr, who was also on a big-time show and got canceled. Because it's not getting canceled. It's what you do with getting canceled. You're going to have 1,000 road bumps in any fucking career. Whether it's painting or fruit stand or fishing. It's going to be fucking... Last night I'm trying to write this book and I'm like, this is the most frustrating fucking thing I've ever done. This and fucking jiu-jitsu are just mind-boggling how fucking frustrating they are. But stand-up was probably really frustrating for me. And I know it was for a fact because I know how I remember wanting to get forward and not... Joe Perez. You know who Joe Perez is?
The young comic out here? Yeah, he's great.
I love Joe Perez. And Joe Perez is a young guy. I listened to the podcast. And he got interested in comedy. And I guess he's from Long Beach. But his father lives in the Valley. And he heard us. And he came to visit his father. And he saw the Ha-Ha. And he saw all the places that we speak about. And he came up here. And he moved up here. And he signed up for college at Valley College. And he's taking classes. And he goes to the Ha-Ha. And he does the open mic. And he does all the right things. But he's stuck. He's fucking stuck. He wrote me an email. Do I want to see him go? Not really. Okay?
Like leave?
Leave to go back to Long Beach because he misses his family. You know, over here he's struggling. He'd go to Long Beach and you know, sleep in his own bed and probably have a job and have a car and have rides to different places. I don't know. He had a car that night at the Ice House for New Year's, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I love Joe. The other problem with Joe is I haven't had much time to spend with him as a comic. I don't go out that much. The family, the podcast, this is tough, Lee. This is a tough jiggle, trying to write, trying to stay healthy, just all these little fucking things. It gets tough for you, you know?
Right.
And I haven't, but when I see him, he's a great kid. He's warm. He's receptive. We've had some edibles together with him.
He's very nice. Yeah.
Want to eat another star?
Another one? No.
All right. You don't want to start the month? It's fucking Monday.
Yeah.
So I wrote back in the email that, you know, I understand, but he didn't fail. He came out here. He looked, and now he knows what he has to do.
And Long Beach isn't far away.
No.
Yeah.
And there's open mics everywhere, or you create open mics. I can't get an email from Iowa going, I want to be a comic, but there's no open mics. Well, you know what? Everybody likes money, fucko. Get up, get a fucking piece of paper, write out a plan for your open mic, write out what you're going to charge, and go to a bar and go, we want to charge $3 on a Wednesday night. We're going to get 10 people in here in the beginning, but I want to do it every Wednesday from 8 to 10. And after a year, it'll grow, and guess what else will happen? I'll grow as a comedian, or I'll grow as a theater artist, or I'll grow as whatever. Even if I just go up there and do fucking Shakespeare. You know, one scene from Shakespeare by myself, whatever.
But it must be, even though you haven't got to hang out with Joe, it's kind of like, as a comedian, you've been there, you can relate to him and you can talk about certain things.
Listen, if you write to me and you tell me you install linoleum,
yeah,
and you're stuck in your life, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you should sell Italian fucking linoleum. I know about little things about linoleum. But if you come to me and you look me in the eye and you talk to me about comedy, I know exactly where you're at because I could tell from your feel, from your voice, from the pain when you're talking to me. We all have that pain, but it lessens. Mm-hmm. You know, we're all trying to kill that pain, but it lessens. The better you get at this, or the more you achieve your goals, or the easier life becomes, the pain goes down. He's 19, 20. He could move to fucking Long Beach and do comedy in front of a mirror for 5 years and come back here when he's 25 and still be a killer.
Yeah.
Do you follow me?
Yeah.
So what? This is a little hard for him now, and it's going to be hard. Listen, man, what a story that a lot of people don't know is I went to New York in 1994 as a comic from Boulder. When I went to New York, it was for various reasons. It was, for one, to give my relationship space. Number two, I had a friend who was going to help me. But number three was the purpose of getting better at stand-up. You know how much effort I put into it? Not too much. I put in just enough for Joey Diaz at the time. And guess what happened, Lee? I failed. But I didn't fail. I got to understand what I had to do to take it to the next level. Now I had a decision to make. You know, somebody told me their child went to college and didn't like, it was too hard for them. And I had a conversation with this parent years ago and said, don't send him to college. Whatever the fuck he wants to do, make him go down there a few days a week and see what these motherfuckers are really doing before he signs up for this.
Right.
He never did that. So they spent all this money in this fucking college, got him out there, and the kid came home. Because it was too rough for him, he didn't know if this is what he wanted to do. You know, that kid feels like shit now. Their parents feel like fucking shit now. But he didn't fail. He came home, he had a roast beef sandwich, and you're going to set a plan. It's just like goals or writing a plan. You got your ass kicked, so what? You're going to get your ass kicked every fucking day if you're normal. Life fucks you up some way or another. You drive over a fucking bottle, you get a flat tire. What are you going to do? You going to tap out? No. You get the fucking tire fixed, and you go to work and tell him to go fuck himself. Where's Tony Bennet here? It's a beautiful day to be alive. Monday, January 12th. If you didn't achieve your goal last week, you'll achieve it this week. Last week, I wrote down I was going to 2 jiu-jitsus. Monday, I went to 10 Planet. Wednesday, I went to fucking Hegan. If you don't write it, it ain't going to happen. Oh, shit. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm pretty fucked up.
Are you fucked up? You ready for another star of death?
No, a joint and then 1 star is good for me.
Want another joint?
Sure. What's up, buddy?
I'm fucking high too. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of it.
You were fucked up on Saturday, and then you were sick, but you still went outside. I was surprised. Like, I was like, not that you, like, because you always talk to people, but you were standing in the rain, and like you had a cold.
Listen, bro. What are you gonna do? These people come from Australia. They come from fucking Lancaster. They come from all over. They gotta have a few drinks and drive home with DUI alerts everywhere. I gotta give them a hug. I gotta take a picture. You know, if they're willing to take a picture with a guy that's fucking leaking from his nose, I gotta give them a fucking hug.
Right.
They made the effort. They drove down. It's time for another star.
Are you really popping another star?
Fuck yeah, it's Monday. It's January 12th. I got goals I gotta write today. I don't know if I'm gonna work out because it's shitty out. I still want to give my lungs another break. I don't have much today, brother. Maybe we go get a steak tonight. Greg and Lynn gave us that fucking thing from Ruth Chris. I want to send them love again.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what? That's a vitamin for Uncle Joey. I just popped a vitamin. Some people pop a one a day. That's my fucking one a day.
Except it's not one a day. It's one every 30 minutes.
Well, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? You got to get to the goal regardless of what your goal is. It's Monday. What are you going to do?
Paula was so funny because you gave me one on Saturday. And she just kept looking at me. She's like, "Are you high yet?" Because she's never done it. So she was like kind of interested. She's like, "Are you high yet?" And she started giggling a little bit. I said, "No, not yet." And then like, I think you were going off about something crazy at the show, and I just started dying. And she started looking at me, and she was like, "Oh, it's."
She put two and two together. Yeah, because you start giggling. My wife always knows when I'm fucking giggling. Fucked up. There was a cat fight this morning. And I go out there and Fidel standing there in the middle of it, so he's back.
Oh, good.
People keep asking me. Thank you for all the Fidel warm wishes out there. He's doing great, man. He's a good cat, and I'm happy. I still haven't got the fucking bill from the vet.
Oh, no.
I was thinking about it in the middle
Do you
of
have
the
pet
night.
insurance?
I got every type of insurance when it comes to those fucking cats. You need it, dog. Those fucking cats. You just take them. But you know what? I got a pretty affordable vet. I got a good guy in Studio City. He takes good care of me. VMAC or something like that.
That's your jiu-jitsu place?
No, VMAC or something. I think it is. I don't know. They were really good to my wife, and they were good to me, and they like Fidel. You know, I have a couple, and I have a lady Jill who works at a pet place over here, and I go over there and see her for vitamins and stuff. I have a few people. They know. You know, I take care of their cats and shit on the block. You know, Jill lives down the corner from me. But she's got Biggie. That's her
in
cat.
Her house?
Biggie lives outside, and
okay.
the Smokey. He's like a great cat.
His friend, yeah.
His Goomba, and they're always by my house chilling and shit. So she's like, "Thank you for." And it's I love having an animal community. I love Millie. I love the Rottweiler up the corner. The black guy with the pit bull that wouldn't put him on the leash moved. Or somebody gave him a ticket. Something happened with him because I don't see him anymore.
Oh, okay.
He was a big scumbag. But besides that, we still have a lot of nice people in the neighborhood. There's a tall blonde with a German Shepherd that he's fucking beautiful. She's beautiful, but you want to see the dog.
Oh, really?
That's crazy. Like, she's tall, lanky, really sweet, but you see the dog and he jumps on you. He always nibbles on your hand and shit a little bit. I love him. I love him. So I'm sorry I get emotional. I'm happy the cat's good. As we've been talking about, I went to see a doctor last week. I have a really good cardiologist, whatever the heart doctor is. He's a friend. Yeah. I didn't go to him because I had a bad heart. I went to him because it was a bad EKG reading. And we ended up becoming friends. And we speak once a month, and he talks to me about my weight, and he talks to me about new breakthroughs. He's a good guy, Dr. Soleimani, and he once, about 3 years, maybe 4 years ago, he referred a gastric bypass to me, and I told him he was crazy, and he offered to give me a cost, you know, and he was just really nice to me. And I said, you know what, if you're willing to do that, I have to work out on my end. So I went to Weight Watchers, and I lost 100 pounds, and we've always kept in touch. I go see him twice a year, and he does my blood pressure. But the last 2 times, he's been really concerned with my blood pressure, and he's mentioned it again. He's like, you should go, blah, blah, blah. And I thought about it. And I went to New York, and I bumped into Lisa Lampanelli, and she told me after Gandolfini died that it was big, that a lot of people at 50 were doing it because you just don't. It's just virtually impossible.
How hard is it to lose weight when you're at your age right now?
I do it. I do it, but I don't do it at the rate I want to do it. I see you sometimes, and you're like, I can't believe I'm stuck here. I'm in the same boat sometimes. It was dropping a lot easier with the Weight Watchers. Now I'm doing more, and it seems like it's not coming off, and I've been doing the My Fitness, which I love. I think it's fucking great,
It's great, but and we were talking about it earlier. You could have 23 great hours, but anything after 9 or 10 o'clock, it's never, you're not going to lose it.
I got to be honest with you guys. Thursday, I did a tremendous kettlebell session. Or Friday. It was shitty out. Friday. I didn't have to do anything Friday night. It was shitty out. It was like 5 o'clock. It was cloudy. I went over there. I must have did 10 sets of swings. I was breathing right. I had 2 great workouts last week, But the kettlebell, I had 2 weight workouts that were great. I had a barbell workout when I rode the bike on Sunday. Monday, I went to jiu-jitsu with... Tuesday, I took off. Wednesday, I went to jiu-jitsu with Hegan. And Friday, I did the kettlebells. I was sore Thursday from the jiu-jitsu on Wednesday. And Friday, I did the kettlebells. I got to tell you something, Lee. I didn't eat an edible Friday. And just from pushing that metal around, I was so fucking hungry. So I did 1 protein shake, 30 grams of protein, 300 calories. Boom. About an hour later, I go, I got to do it again. I'm fucking starving. I did it again. Boom. I ate an apple, 2 organic apples, a banana, and then there was salami and cheese. That motherfucker went down like a submarine. You understand me? And you have this willpower, and you try. And that was it. Like, it's not like I'm eating chips and eating ice cream, nothing like that. The other night when I dropped you off with Paul, I went to 7-Eleven, and I got a protein bar, a no-sugar protein bar. I really wanted to stop at that diner and get a cheeseburger and a piece of apple pie with you guys. I really, really wanted to go.
Yeah.
I was just as high as the next guy. But I try. But when you try like that and you're still just losing a pound a week, it just gets discouraging.
Right. You say, what the fuck, and then you go, if I'm going to be this weight anyways.
I'm going to be this weight anyway. But I don't throw it like that. No, I'm really good like that. I'll say, you know what, I'll just be patient because I know I'm doing the right thing. If I'm drinking a lot of water, I'm drinking green tea. It's not like I'm drinking any soda at all. The other night, what did I have? And I drank soda. I had something that you got to have with soda. I forget what the fuck it was. And then the other day, Doug, the girl gave me a glass of Coke. And I got to tell you, it tasted pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I felt bad. She goes, it's Coke. What am I going to say? Give me Diet Coke? And now what are you going to do with this one? I just drank it. It was 6 or 7 ounces. Wasn't bad, but besides that, I'm drinking green tea and more fucking, those gallons of water go at my house. Those fucking... Right. They go.
I think you'll notice if you do this, because you said it takes your stomach down to like 2 ounces. I don't even know what it is now. It has to be like 10.
It has to be the size of a fucking tuba.
I think you'll realize when you can only eat that much, how much you were eating. Because that's the thing that with my fitness pal, you don't think you're eating that much, and then the more you put in, you're like, oh shit, just that little bit was 800 calories. So maybe, who knows? I mean, I hope it works, but...
Well, I talked to him. I think your stomach goes from 1 liter to 2 ounces. It's not, at first, for the last 3 or 4 years, a dear friend of mine, a Henzo Gracie black belt, John Rollo, has a friend that had it. And his friend had great success with it. And he kept calling me and going, Joey, you're killing yourself. Because he's older. He's 50. He was 50 when he did it also. I'm like, come on, you could do it by going to the gym. He goes, bro, I go every day. And Rollo was like, dog, this guy works harder than anybody I know. And he's healthier now. What the breaking point for me was when I went to this doctor last Monday. I got to be honest with you, I did not want to go. I did everything I could not to go to this meeting last Monday at 2 o'clock. I even called them and said, I'm running late. I'm working at Fox Studios. And they're like, we'll wait for you.
Oh, no, yeah.
I was like, damn. So I got there, and there was an orientation class, and you sit there and they describe the procedure to you, what's going to happen, what to expect. And I'll tell you, man, the procedure sounds easy. It's not the procedure. It's leading up to it and afterward. It's hard work. First of all, 2 weeks of just a liquid fucking diet, that's murder.
Right.
That's murder. I think a month before, I got to go on a liquid diet, but 2 weeks before that.
Oh, no.
No sugar, no ice cream. A milkshake without ice cream is like sucking a dick and nothing coming out. It's like sucking a dry pussy. You know what I'm saying? Where's the payoff? Where's the fucking payoff? No squirt, no nothing.
Sucking a dry pussy. That sounds terrible.
What the fuck are you going to do? A milkshake with water and powder and that don't fly with me. But I called my buddy Ralph Afuso, who had it done, and
he had it done?
Yeah, Ralph finally tapped out all. That's who really got me thinking about it. Joan had it. Her daughter had it, Kelly, at 35. And then once Ralph had it, I go, Ralph, break it down to me. He goes, I couldn't shake off the weight, plus my blood pressure was too high for a long time. Now, when I got locked up in prison, I was possibly the best shape of my life. I didn't have a car. I rode a bike everywhere in Boulder in high altitude. I was part of the master swimming program. I had a boxing regiment that I worked out with, and I lifted weights. I was always doing something. I worked at Hertz Rent-A-Car, which meant I was always moving. I was in tip-top fucking shape. My diet was great. I had the master swimming guy put me on protein shakes, and I was eating eggs, and I wasn't touching potatoes, and I was a young kid. And I went to prison, and the first thing they flagged me was at the diagnostic center for my high blood pressure. They were like, your blood pressure's off the charts. You're 27 years old. Did you know about this? And I'm like, no. I had a fucking idea. I'm Cuban. My asshole's always on fire. I mean, I'm always, I'm always on overdrive in my mind. So I had a fucking idea that maybe my blood pressure's high. And then they put me on medication. And I've been doing it since I was 27 years old.
Wow.
So if at 27 in tip-top shape, my blood pressure was high, it's fucking astronomical. Every time I walk into a doctor's office, they take my blood pressure and they read me the numbers and my head fucking falls off. Then I rest for 10 minutes there, and then it goes down gradually, but still not tremendous. At this point in my life, I'm like 3 or 4 medications for blood pressure, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then last Monday when I went to this fat man doctor, you have to do this thing. You have to watch it. I was there for a few hours, 3 or 4 hours.
So I don't even know, because you weren't heavy before you went to prison.
No.
So is it just all mostly genetic, and then weight just makes it worse? I
think the blood pressure thing was genetic, maybe. Yes, it was from my mother's side. Maybe my uncle's okay with it, but the weight, I don't know where I got it from. My mother had a lot of movement also. She moved also. I didn't get this way from, my mother wasn't lazy. My mother fucking moved in the daytime. So she put weight on after her bar closed, not hundreds of pounds. I did a dramatic weight gain. Oh my God, Lee. It was in a short period of time. I went from A to Z. I went from 260 to 350 to 400. Like there was no in betweens, it felt like. Every time I looked at the scale, I was putting 20 pounds on, So at this point, I felt really guilty. I couldn't believe I was even considering the surgery. Then I had mercy. It's going to take me 2 years to lose this fucking weight. You know what, guys? You see me on stage, I'm going to stroke out. I'm on stage doing a lot better because my heart's into it more. There's no more blockage. There's no cocaine. I'm talking about what I believe in. It's not like I'm up there trying to be funny for Comedy Central or some agency. I'm talking what's in my heart. So it makes it easy to come across. But to also sell that, you got to have that little anger under you. That little engine running costs you. It costs me,
Right.
So, I'm going to have the gastric done. I'm going for the psychological evaluation on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. I'm going to a support group Wednesday night this week, and the next week, the 21st.
Yeah.
And then hopefully by then I'll get my insurance will say yes, and I'll get a surgery date.
That's awesome. It's kind of like what you were talking about earlier. Like, you looked at it like a failure, kind of, when you thought about doing the surgery. But it's not. But you're working out more than ever. You're eating healthier. It's just the next step.
Listen, man, I look at Mercy, and I know what it is to grow up without a dad. I could sit here when I write these little books and these little memoirs and my pages. I put a lot of it on my mother, but it really wasn't my mother. My fucked up started when my dad didn't come home. My mother used to tell me, when you were a little kid, for years, every time the door would open, you'd look at the door to see if it was your father. Just thinking of that thought for Mercy pains me, because I know how tight her and I are already at this age. We're getting really tight. I was thinking, about the triads. Did I tell you about this?
No.
The triads.
Like the Asian gang?
The Asian gangs were where the mafia concept came from. The Italians didn't create the mafia. The Chinese did. It's a Chinese concept. But the guys, the early guys that started the concept, they figured out that they used their daughters as bodyguards and confidants. Did you know that?
No.
They used their daughters because your daughter is your fucking best friend in the world. To have a daughter is a certain fucking power that you don't see. I can't see it. When I see movies about a girl getting raped, I can't imagine how a father must feel. It's like he got raped, you know? And that's at every fucking level with your kids. But a daughter-father bond is very strong. In some cultures, it's even stronger. You know, it started getting to the point where even the Sicilians started using their daughters as bodyguards and confidants because all the men were getting shot and getting taken to fucking jail. You know, a woman, a girl, a daughter's not going to let her dad do time and vice versa.
Right.
You know, it's a really weird thing. So, and I already see the bond building. I understand it. What happens to women when they grow up without a dad or they have beef with their dad, it's tough.
Right.
You know, so.
How cool was it on her birthday? Like, I saw that picture with the Carvel cake.
God damn. It was just, the Carvel cake was fucking delicious. Delicious. She loved it. She loved it. I loved it. Listen, Mercy, she was 2, but she didn't know what the fuck planet she was on that day. She didn't know. I took her to Kids Space, a little place up in Pasadena. You pay $11, and you let them fucking loose in there. And she ran, and she picked up, there's things to build. There's all this like scientist type shit where you put a ball in the catapult and pull it down, the ball shoots out.
You're having more fun than she is.
Yeah, and it rolls to the side. There's another thing where you pull ropes. There was one place where you built shit and there was balls on the floor. All she kept doing was picking up the balls and hide them. And then she'd go to get more, and a little kid would see her balls, take them, and then she'd go, "Where the fuck are my balls?" And she'd hide them again. And I sat there for hours and watched her do that. Then you go inside, and there's like an underground tunnel, and, you know, spiders and fucking beehives and shit. She didn't give a fuck about none of that. All she gave a fuck was about running. And 2 o'clock, we had some lunch. They had a nice lunch up there. Had tuna salad.
Yeah.
With no bread, you know. It was a nice lunch. I thought it was going to be dog shit, but it was delicious. And then we just went home and relaxed with her. She took a nap when she woke up. We each had a piece of a Carvel cake, and we sang a happy birthday, and that was it. She still didn't know what planet she was on. Once she ate the sugar from the Carvel cake, she was really fucked up. But it was a great day. It was a great day for the house. You know, like I said, my wife is in another fucking planet right now, Lee.
Yeah.
So as long as she's fucking happy, I don't give a fuck what's crack-a-lacking. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What does she think about you doing the surgery? Because she met you when you were 400.
Well, she met me when I was about 310.
Oh, okay.
300, maybe 280. 280.
Really? And then you went up to 4. Okay.
Yeah, she started frying food and shit. You know, when I first met Terry, that first 2 years, we ate, Jack.
Yeah.
Beans and fucking pork chops and desserts and pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, that's good.
And that was just at the house. Never mind what I eat when I leave. You know, when you go do comedy at the comedy store, you see what you're close to. You're close to the Pink Taco. You're close to Pinches Tacos. You're close to the... Have you ever been to the Standard and gotten the blue cheeseburger?
No.
From the Standard? You don't know what you're missing, son. They got that fucking thing, Carney's. And they sell hot dogs and cheeseburgers and chili dogs there. So when you first move to the store, you just eat around the store.
Yeah.
Are
No.
you with me?
No.
You're
No.
not a fucking planet.
No. I'm always up for late night food. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I just don't understand eating. Like, there's no place to really get a good... Was that place open that night 24/7?
No, we went to Subway.
I know you went to fucking Subway.
It's probably open.
But it was open when we drove by, I thought.
The diner? Probably.
Yeah.
I was too high to look.
The lights were on. It said open, but I didn't see anybody in there. Sometimes they're old. They forget to turn the open sign on. If I would have pulled in there and they were closed, I would have been fucking pissed off, you know. But no, I think I'm going to do the gastric sleeve. And I've got a little support group. You know, I got Kelly Davidson. I've got Ralph Afuso. I've got my other buddy who had it, Martin, in Florida. I got about 4 friends that had it. So I called them all up. I asked them what they thought. I called every doctor I deal with. Radici, the fucking psychoanalyst that took the hypnotized me so I could breathe better. I called my knee doctor. I called the family doctor who I had discussed it with. He gave me the recommendation.
What about Dr. Amy?
I talked to Dr. Amy about it because Dr. Amy shares an office with a guy who does lap bands.
Oh.
So she knows a little bit about it. So I called her first. So I talked to everybody, and everybody was conclusive, man, that this is... I talked to Joe. Joe sent an email to one of his doctor buddies, and she sent us an email together. She CC'd it, and it was very interesting. You know, the only downfall is deficiencies in vitamins.
Because you can't eat as much?
Because you can't eat as much. And I don't think you put the pills in you, like the vitamin pills, at first.
Okay.
So I'll lose my hair.
Really?
I'll lose a little bit of hair until my protein and everything comes back up. You know, there's deficiencies in B12. You have deficiencies in vitamin D. But the other side is my blood pressure. You know, all that stuff affects everything. The weight affects the joints. I like exercising. I like sweating. I like going down there and feeling like a fucking man. I like throwing around some weights. I believe in that. I really like doing jiu-jitsu. But because I have the obesity, hyperventilation thing, jiu-jitsu becomes double fucking hard. Even when I'm in the bottom, it's hard. But even when I'm on top, it's hard sometimes. It's hard to breathe. You know, jiu-jitsu is a game of inches, and you're on top of the guy like a blanket. If I'm on top of you as a blanket, I still can't fucking breathe.
Right.
You know?
I said to you the other when you told me you were going to do it, I was like, this will be like when you do batting practice with the donut on the bat, and then you swing fast when you take it off. You'll do jiu-jitsu if you lose 80 pounds, 50 pounds, and just be flying.
You know, the big concern is strength. The big concern is you lose a lot of muscle tissue because of the lack of protein.
Okay.
I'll just double it up. I'll just hire John Evans and just work with me with weights every fucking day for an hour to stay on top. You know, he doesn't have to stay on top of me. I'll stay on top of me myself. But what I'm trying to say is somebody who will do the weight with me. You know, somebody who, when you lift heavy weights and you're looking at, you know, 4 sets of 10 or 5 sets of 10 or 5 sets of 6, whatever the fuck you're doing, you want somebody that'll push you. You know, you have 1 set left. Somebody just puts their hands up and pushes it up a little bit. So that's what I would definitely do. You know, I'm looking forward to it. I can't lie to you and tell you that there's a lot of shit I won't be able to eat ever again. I won't be able to eat a Chan's egg roll.
Ever?
I don't think so.
I'll go with you and we'll cut in half.
Shit, I won't be able to eat. Have a milkshake, like with ice cream. I don't think you could eat sugar. I think there's so many fucking things that you just can't eat anyway. But it was time for me to say goodbye to those things anyway. I mean, I've had a good time with them and I've enjoyed them. And I've been very good. That's what frustrates me, that I could see if I was one of those guys, you know, when you're at Weight Watchers, every week people come in, they don't lose shit.
Right.
And they're like, what do you mean I gained 4 pounds? I didn't eat a thing this week. I drank water. Oh, listen, come here. Let me talk to you. No, you did. You ate something. Then they go, oh my God, no. It couldn't have been. I went to dinner with my friends the other night at Chi-Chi-Chong and the poo-poo platter. You know, and you're like, that's what it was. Well, the guide said it was 10 calories per. No, but you ate 52 of them.
Right.
You know, when you eat 52 of them, it's like anything else. If you eat a suggested serving of M&Ms,
that's the craziest thing. If you go look at a bag of trail mix, there's 18 servings in it.
Right. But how many calories per serving?
100, but it like you have to have like a quarter of a cup, and normally you just put your hand in there and throw it in your mouth.
Yeah, and then you throw your hand in there again, and you throw your hand in there again. Have you had the fucking trail mix from Nature Box?
Not this one, no. They didn't tell me that one.
The cleansing trail mix or something. Oh my God, it's got these chocolate stars in them. You fucking really? Asshole. Oh my God, almonds and cashews and raisins. Fucking delicious, just delicious, man. Sometimes you eat that, and that's what, you know, you miss. I'm not a fucking depression eater. It's not like I go home and get a quart of ice cream. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't eat. I mean, if I'm sad or something, what makes me happy? I don't, you know, chicken cutlets with mashed potatoes and cream corn and some cranberry juice.
Yeah.
That makes me very happy, but I don't know what it is now.
Do you eat fast? I've been noticing.
That's the other thing.
When I'm high, I just throw it in there. I've been trying to eat slower.
That's the other thing. That's the other fucking villain in this fucking contest. It's you eat so fast. I eat so. The other day we got a sandwich. By the time you opened your wrapper, I had already wolfed it down.
You took like 4 bites.
And it was gone. And you inhale it, and it destroys your stomach. They want you to chew everything 60 times till it's like a mush in your mouth. And if you do that, you get tired just from chewing. And that, especially with the surgery, because I only have a limited space.
Right.
So they want you to chew. You know, I won't be able, in about, I think a month before the surgery, I can't drink fluid with my dinners till 45 minutes after I finish eating.
You'd have to just eat and then drink later?
Dry, yep.
Oh, no. That's going to be tough. So you're going to have to eat a lot less and different kinds of food. Nothing too salty.
It's not, you know, people think, oh, yeah, I'll just go have the surgery and that's it. I'll become a fucking scarecrow. No. It's fucking work, guy.
Yeah,
it's work.
There's TV shows and stuff where people don't lose the weight who have the surgery.
Really?
Yeah. It's called. There's a show called My 600 Pound Life, and they're like 700 pounds, and if you don't exercise and you don't eat right, because like the whole thing is like they shrink your stomach, but if you put too much in it, it stretches again, because it's the human body. So if you don't do it right, it's not like they're gonna suck it out of you. Do they even have liposuction anymore? Could I just go in there today and just say like take out 100 pounds? I wouldn't, but do they even do that anymore?
What do you mean, they stick the tubes and you suck the fat?
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. I bet now they have something even better. I thought they were freezing people's fat.
I've seen that, but I think that's only for like love handles.
But what's that? What do they do?
I think it's like kind of like how they take warts off and stuff, and like not that intense, but it's just I think it's a bunch of treatments and helps you lose like 10 pounds or something. I don't know. It's another fad.
I'm fucked up.
Hell yeah. Well, you just had. How many did you have before you got here?
None.
Come on.
None. I had
you always. I feel like you have a cookie jar.
I smoked a half a joint.
There you go.
I smoked a half a joint at about 4 when I woke up. I had some coffee. I rolled a little bit. I fed the cats. I cleaned the litter boxes.
Yeah.
I put the heat on.
I always love when you say to people, I haven't smoked today. Well, tell them what that means. That means an edible and like 2 hits off the pipe.
No. I smoked a couple pipefuls outside while I was drinking coffee, and I wrote, and that was it. And I came here and I smoked that numb wall with you, and then I fucking ate the 2 stars with you. That's
Jesus.
it. But the stars hit you fucking hard. These little anarchy stars.
They do.
They hit you hard.
You introduced me to the chef on Saturday.
That wasn't the chef. She just works there.
Well, I know, but
Eliza, she's a good fucking kid. This is a great store. I like this medical marijuana store. The new, people were upset. And for all you fucking haters that always send me stupid tweets, oh, they're closing all the medical marijuana stores down. They closed down the bad ones. The people that stayed open now, the people that had the original IPOs, these people got to run a fucking tight ship. Because, it's like where I go there, Herbal Center, the Sunset Herbal Center there. Mm-hmm. That place has 3 cute girls. They're fucking knowledgeable. I gotta tell you, they've got 30 different fucking strains. They have to. Easy. They've got 3 boards. They got the sativa board, the indica board. They got the fucking hybrid board. Then they got the PR board, which is the private reserve board.
Oh, shit.
And then they have 3 brands that are 50 and 8 that'll kill you, like Disney. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But anyway.
What board do you? Do they just have a Joey Diaz board?
I go to the last one. You know me. I go right to the Disney, the PR, whatever. There's 3 weeds in that one and something else to perform. I don't know what the fuck it is. Delicious. So I switch it around. I get the top 3.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I fuck around with the PRs. Like what we smoked today was PR Skywalker. The private reserve.
That's what I thought it was.
Was it not good? Did I give you some shitty weed this morning? Cocksucker?
No.
Fuck no.
Does it sound like you gave me shitty weed?
No, I gave you the top of the fucking board. I don't understand these people. Yesterday I went to the weed the day before and I was sitting there and I'm out there waiting 10 minutes and this 2 chicks walk out and I'm like, I can't. And I went in and I go, what these girls buy? Oh, they bought a gram. What, an hour? An hour for a fucking gram? You go in there, you look at that girl in the face and you go, I want this shit to kill Lincoln. and they'll give you the PRs or the top shelf Disney or whatever the fuck they got. You buy it and you fucking leave. They got great deals. They got phenomenal deals. Like the PRs, they give you 1 gram for 15, 2 grams for 20, or like 2.5 grams for 25 or something like that. It's not bad.
No.
On certain days that you could spin the wheel and win weed.
How much do you smoke in a day?
Now?
Yeah.
Couple Gbos. Couple grams.
You gave me a gram once. I think it lasted for like 4 months.
You still got that weed at the fucking house, don't you?
No, it's gone now.
What about the edibles you had?
I still have 1 edible left.
How can you have one?
Because I take a little bite and it gets me high enough to fall asleep. I don't need to fucking get this high every day.
You're not even high right now.
What do you mean I'm not high right now?
What are you gonna do when you leave? Are you gonna go to Denny's and get the Grand Slam?
No, I'm gonna go home and make a bagel, and that's it. I think I might try to take a nap and then go about my day. Go to the gym.
Make a bagel.
Yeah.
What kind of bagel do you make?
Cinnamon raisin. It's only
Out of a bag,
220.
or you go to the fucking store and get a fresh bagel?
Out of
Tell
a-
me that you get that shit from Ralph's. Go home and toast it.
I do.
Tell me that. What do you?
Because I know how many calories
Do
are in
you
it.
open up your mailbox thinking today's the day I'm gonna get a letter from the Jews throwing me out of the fucking club? How the fuck is a Jew eat fucking bagels?
Because
out
the
of a
bagels
bag?
at the big place are like 400 calories. They're huge.
So, you want to be a Jew or you want to be a fake Jew? Which Jew do you want to be?
I'd like to be a real Jew.
So then you gotta eat the real bagels, guy. How the fuck you get those things that come in a bag from Ralph's and you put
They're good bagels. They're Western bagels.
They're not fucking good bagels.
They're decent.
Why are you lying to me for? Remember I told you what we accept living out here, like what you accept,
Right.
and you go home and you have a bagel and you go, those ain't fucking bagels.
No, that's true. I can't get a good poppy seed bagel out here.
Oh my God! I'm stopped. There's a place on Laurel Canyon I used to go. Still there, whatever the bagel place is.
Yeah.
You go in there and the bagels are fucking tiny.
Oh no.
Tiny. You're like, and they got they got Bialys and shit, but I don't even try it. I just won't fucking try it, you know.
Right.
That's why I'm ready for this move with the gastric bypass,
Right.
the gastric sleeve. And thanks to Lisa Lampanelli and her husband Frank, and I did some reading, and I think Rosie O'Donnell did it. A bunch of people had done it after Gandolfini scared a lot of people. We're at that age. You can't eat a lot. We've had that thing that Greg and Lynn gave us.
That gift card, yeah.
The gift card. And we keep saying, we're going to go. And you and I both know we're going to go and make fucking animals of ourselves.
Oh,
we got to go after we lift weights, and you walk from here to fucking Iberia and back. It's not like, are they open for lunch?
Dude, I don't know. I'll
Ruth
check.
Chris? Because maybe we'll go today up there.
Okay.
I can't work out because I still got this little flu bug, so maybe we'll go up there and get a little lunchy poo. You
In Woodland Hills?
Yeah.
No.
It's not open for lunch.
No, they open at
This
5.
is what I'm saying. What the fuck do these people do? What do they do all
Who's going to buy a
fucking
$50 steak at 2 in the afternoon?
It's not a $50 steak. They got lunch specials. If you go to this one, where's the other place we go?
Morton's, that place.
Morton's. Do they not have a lunch special?
Yeah, they do.
$19.95, $14.95, $11.95. Did you not see it?
Yeah.
Did we not go? And then they give you chicken. If you want to spend $20, you could spend $20. If you want to spend $30, they'll let you spend $30. But if you want to spend $10 at Morton's for lunch now, they fucking got it. That's a beautiful thing.
Right, yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. I don't understand not. It's like martial arts schools. You drive around, you see these martial arts schools, they close. But then I go on fucking Groupon, and they're all on Groupon. Well, you wouldn't have to drive your prices if you spent some time in there, if you answered people's questions. When people have an answer about jiu-jitsu or kung fu or karate, especially jiu-jitsu now, everybody wants to get in shape. They're going to call, and I'm going to get the machine. Guess where they're going to go? They're going to go to whoever answers the phone first.
Right.
That's where they're going to go. Whoever answers the phone, and then when the guy goes, I'm 400 pounds, I'm embarrassed. Listen, come on down. I'll sit you in the back. I'll work with you. This will be easy. I'll walk you through it. In fact, since you're 400 pounds, I'm going to give you 2 classes. You just won that guy. If you call me and go, hi, Joey, my name is Lee. I'm thinking of joining jiu-jitsu. Can I come down there tonight at 7? Call me back. My number's 323. That's it. You lost me. You lost me. It's customer service. We're in a customer service fucking based world, correct?
Right, yeah. I spent 45 minutes in CVS the other day picking up a prescription with Paula, and there was only one person there, and they were helping another guy, and then they did the drive-through window, and then they did the call-in, and then they got to us. It took us 45 minutes to get us a tube of some cream.
I go to CVS to pick up my prescriptions, and I'll tell you what, they piss me off. They piss me off a lot. But they try. They always piss me off because they're short-handed.
Yeah.
They're very short-handed. They have one person at the register who takes the prescriptions and who teaches you the prescription. Then they have a different window that you stand on. And then they have another window that you take the prescriptions. And she's the same chick. And the chick that's behind the counter making the prescriptions, she don't do dick. She don't want to answer the phone. She don't want to fucking do nothing. So you stand there. So for some people, customer service means ugats.
Right.
That's what I said. If I'm in front of you and you're on the fucking phone, you're slipping. Because I'm in front of you with cash in my fucking pocket, ready to give it to you.
Because they used to have, mom and pop pharmacies. You didn't have to go to, a chain. There used to be just, a pharmacy on the corner, right?
Right.
I never experienced that.
Joe the farmer. Joe the whatever.
The farmer.
When I was a kid, there was one across the street from Hashways.
A pharmacy?
Yeah, it's still there. And I knew the guy. The guy would go to the bar when we were kids and we'd talk to him and stuff. But I met him at the bar, and years later, I had a doctor that would give us crooked prescriptions. And he would give me prescriptions for steroids, and my friend Darren, who's dead. And I would have to call him and go, hey, man, I'm getting this prescription, but it's really not for, I would see him, and he'd go, what do you need steroids for? Those steroids are kind of, not for me. He never said nothing to me. The guy was really cool. He's like, I know. He goes, I'll get you something different. Tell your friend to come see me. It was local pharmacists. They were cool. In those days, there wasn't, so the DEA didn't have a count on pills.
Right.
You can move some pills here and there. Now, you're responsible for everything. You're responsible for every fucking cotton ball. You're responsible. It's amazing because people have fucking abused it.
Right.
People have abused the fucking system. Let's do some shout-outs, and let's see what the fuck is going on here today. Happy birthday to my man Tommy Heater, the Sandman, Andrew Nandel, John Shaw, Cleo, Larry Davis, I Hate Matt, Talking Lair, which we have a GoFundMe for Talking Lair. He's a friend of the podcast. He's a friend of the families, and he got sick, and I still haven't seen the GoFundMe yet.
Yeah, it's up. It's on my Twitter. Let me find the link for you right now.
John Carasso, Justin Granowski.
Here we go.
And my man Sandman again. He's a good fucking dude.
A lot of people. We raised over $1,100 in 3 days. It's on my Twitter. It's on Steve Simone's Twitter, but it's easy. It's GoFundMe.com/JV02KW.
Listen, it's January 12th. Things are fucking tough out there. They're tough for everybody. I talked to my brother this morning on the drive here. Things are tough. In some parts of the country's dead till fucking the snow leaves, which is in March. Nobody wants to make a move. Nobody wants to spend money. Nobody wants to see what law, this Talking Lair kid, what's his real name?
Larry.
Larry is a good guy. I've had the pleasure of meeting him 3 or 4 times in Vegas. We were going to do breakfast last time. We stayed out till 4 in the morning. $1. For everybody who listens to the podcast, this guy's not some guy on Twitter that's running some fake fucking GoFundMe. This is some kid that's sick and needs our help. He's not even looking for much.
No,
right? You said he's looking for $1,000.
His mom.
$2,000.
He didn't even. I don't even know if he knows about it. He's been everyone. There's a lot of great people on Twitter, like Renee, who just came out.
We have a lot of great people on this network. We all. There's a lot of people that open up great and then they disappear. They're shitheads. There's people that's family. Larry has been our family since day one. Listen, like I said, I know it's tough. I'm not asking you all to put $150 in there and be a big shot and put your name up. There's no need for that. This guy's looking for 2 dimes. He's looking for 2 G's. If we each give him $1, it's fine. So I just want to put it out there for you guys. I know times are tough. Someday when you're in a bind, you hit me on the side and I'll let you. Every day I see these people retweet for my little girl, retweet for this. And I hear a lot of those things are bullshit,
I'm sure some of them are.
I hear a lot of those things are bullshit.
But then we did it like a year ago with the guy, I forget his Twitter name, who lost his house. There's been a couple.
Yeah, he was good. He still says hello from time to time. I know you're talking about Duster. What's his name? He's crazy.
Yeah.
He's crazy. Yeah, no. If you're part of our network, if you're part of my family, for sure, our family will definitely help you. We always have help for you. It's the people who just go to Twitter and then you go to their site and they hit everybody up.
Yeah.
They've hit everybody up. They've hit 200 people up and they'll make money and they take it and run. If it's one of us, If it's one of the people that listen to the church, if you hit me and Lee up in the correct fucking manner, I guarantee you, we will help you out in more ways than one. Today I'm asking you for Talking Lear, a.k.a. Larry.
Did you see his mom is hysterical? She calls me Mr. Syatt, which drives me nuts. But then, like, everyone's writing on the comments. Everyone's like Tammy did it. But then somebody was like, church hummus. And she was like, I was reading through the comments, and I don't really know much about this church, but you must have a really caring minister. And she was like 70. Because she's actually religious. Let me see if I can find out where it says minister. But it made me laugh so hard. But it was really cool, and I put it out on Twitter, and it was awesome that people really helped out.
You know, this is what it's about. Why do this shit that we do? Why do this? Tweet it to me so when I go home I can put some money on his books.
I'll tweet it right now.
So we get the party started here. And that's basically it, guys. You know, it's Monday the 12th. We want to do an old fashioned in the morning. If you guys don't know it, I'll be on the Rogan podcast this afternoon at 2 o'clock. But I'm happy we got this one out of the way. You know, let me give some shout outs to our sponsors and get this. For you motherfuckers who don't know, I'm going to be at the Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo next Thursday, the 22nd. And the week after that, Super Bowl fucking weekend, I'm going to be at my main place, the Funny Bone in motherfucking Columbus, Ohio. So, Lee, give them the NFL perspective. This is the NFL perspective from Lee Syatt. What
What's
do you
up?
think?
I was surprised
you
the
walked
Broncos.
in here a little fucking nervous this morning.
Oh well, I was pissed off during the Patriots game. I had to change shirts, but I thought we were gonna lose to the Ravens. I was sure we were gonna lose. I was surprised Peyton Manning lost. He really had a bad last few weeks, and they said he had 2 thigh injuries. So I don't know if he just all of a sudden got really old or he just hurt. I would have liked to have faced Peyton Manning. It's like who cares about facing Andrew Luck? Like they're a great team, but Brady Manning is a great game. Green Bay versus Seattle should be a cool game. I would never know how to pick that game. Fucking Green Bay killed us, but then Seattle won Super Bowl last year. So I'd love to see Patriots Green Bay, Patriots Seattle. I don't think anybody really wants to see the Colts. I mean, I know Indianapolis people want to see them, but if you're looking for like TV ratings, like that Patriots Baltimore game was like the highest rated TV like playoff game and TV show, had like a 20 rating or something.
Great fucking game.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a good game. I'll sit there. I was trying to watch it. I kept going back and forth. I had the baby that afternoon. My wife went to some party, and I had the baby, and I was trying to watch it. I could tell I had the makings. You know, anytime you have Tom Brady with his back against the wall,
yeah,
he's either gonna fuck you up or he's gonna tap out.
This was a great because we didn't have any running game. I think they ran like 7 times. Other than his, and 2 of them were his QB runs. I felt bad for Dallas. That call yesterday seemed tough, but
I didn't watch the game.
I'm not a ref,
Ari,
so
Ari
I don't know.
was very depressed.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, you're from the Boston area. I know we have a lot of church people from the Boston area. So when is the Aaron Hernandez trial?
Soon. It's getting
his and the terrorist kid.
That one's already started. The terrorist kid's already started.
So they're both going to be in Boston. They're saying it's going to be.
I don't know where the Aaron. I think the Aaron Hernandez one is going to be because they had people going in there in Patriots jerseys going go Patriots, and then of course they get kicked out. But it's pretty sad. Like that's something like we've talked about it. Like I couldn't understand signing a $60 million contract and then going and shooting a guy because he talked to the wrong people. Because I want to be a gangster.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, he signed a 4-year contract.
But why did he shoot this particular kid?
Apparently, he didn't like how he was talking. He was talking to the wrong people at a club or something. I don't know. He sounds like apparently he shot 2 more people a couple years before that because they were rude to him at a club or something, or they bumped into him. It was just if it's true, if it's all true, which it sounds like it probably is. He was just a monster.
Well, we'll fucking see. You know, we had a big hit last week with Jon Jones. I mean, a lot of people couldn't believe it. You know, a lot of people look for me the jokes, and it's fucking sad. It was very sad to me. I'm not mad at Jon or whatever. I had heard the rumors.
Really?
I had heard the rumors. The last couple of months. I don't know. There was an interview, I think, in Bloody Elbow where the guy said that the rumors have been swirling for a while. I didn't
Would you
see it, and I wouldn't see it, to be honest with you, until somebody mentioned it to me when he was in L.A. last time, or one of the times he was trying to cop. And at first I was like, oh my God. And then I heard it a second time. I never told Joe, but like I said, I told Ari before the fight Friday night after the show at the Mirage. We saw Jon Jones. I told Ari. And when he came up positive, Ari called me right away. And he's like, I don't believe it. I told you. Where there's smoke, there's fire. People just don't make that type of shit up, you know?
Right.
My heart goes out to him and his family.
So I did some research today. Apparently, if the drug test he did before the fight comes back positive, then he could lose.
Right, but that's not coming back positive.
Has it come back negative yet?
I don't think.
Because I read, because I was just doing some research, because everyone was like, oh, well, Nick Diaz got suspended for a year. Apparently, that was because he tested positive in competition.
In competition.
So even if you test positive out of competition for weed, it'd be treated the same way. That's the way I read the article.
I think the UFC has to lay a punishment because it's part of the code and conduct.
I don't think they're going to.
You know what? All right now is that I hope he gets better. I hope I know what it is to be in that position. I know what it is to have everything. You know, I had everything in Boulder, and I didn't want it. You know, I had a baby in the room, my wife, I had in-laws who loved me. I had just bought a condo, and I didn't want it. I know what it's like to sneak cocaine, to feel that you need it. So I hope he takes that pain away, the pain of needing it.
So you don't look, it's not performance enhancing in any way to you. It's,
cocaine?
Right.
Cocaine. Listen, for me, look, when you smoke pot, what do you feel like doing? The truth.
Taking a nap and eating a cheeseburger?
When I smoke pot, I want to take a notebook out. I want to read a book. If the sun's shining, I want to fucking go out there and enjoy the day. When I first started smoking pot, I knew I didn't like being inside, but I also liked listening to music. But once I got the invention of the
iPod,
the Walkman, it made life easier. When I get high, I want to adventure. I want to go out. I want to take a chance. I want to get really high. I want to see different people.
Oh, God.
I want to see different situations. You don't like seeing that.
No.
You know, when some people do cocaine, they get very extroverted. Is that the word? What's introverted? When you
introverted is me being inside alone.
Okay, extroverted. You're out. You're talking. You're drinking. Woo-hoo! That's the way it started for me. But it became something else. I became very introverted with the drug. When I was locked up in prison, we used to do speed on Mondays and try to play basketball. Oh my fucking God! You have no idea. You have no idea what it was like to play speed. Your heart feels like it's going to fly out of your fucking mouth. That's what it feels like. It's like adding gasoline to a fire, you know? Like a fire is burning and all of a sudden you're running, you know, when you don't need to run. Did it enhance my performance? I think I ran. I could play 8 or 9 fucking games. Maybe it helped my cardio. But that was speed. Cocaine is something different. It affects your mind a different way. It fucks with like your happiness fucking juice or something like that, doesn't it? Like I forget the name of the
serotonin?
Serotonin or whatever.
I think when you crash, it does.
When you crash, listen, I don't know. I can't. I remember that I used to think of people saying, well, Lawrence Taylor has to be good. He probably does blow when he plays football. I don't see it. If he did, God bless him. God bless him. If one day in one of his books he says I used to do an 8-ball and go out there and I realized I tackled more people, God bless him. But between you and I never found nothing that cocaine enhanced. Nothing.
Wow.
I said on stage the other night, March 17th, 1992. I did cocaine and went on stage. St. Patty's Day. I wasn't even doing comedy a year yet. And I thought the same thing. I go, I'll do 2 bumps of coke and go up there and rip these motherfuckers a new asshole. Boy, was I wrong, brother.
Yeah.
Boy, did I eat shit because it blocks the heart. So all you're getting are words. But that was me. Maybe Richard Pryor killed on it. You know, I don't know if Kennison did well, but the shows I saw on tape and YouTube when Kennison was coked out, he didn't do that well. He did well because people were yelling and people thought being high was cool. You know, when you go see Artie Lang years ago and he was fucked up, it wasn't by no means hilarious. Artie's a funny fucking guy. But I remember seeing him in Vegas with the Preacher and a bunch of guys, and we all went and we all left because it was so fucking bad. But to the people who go see that, they'll pay $50 to see you fucked up on stage and white crystals falling out of your nose. How do I know? Because I did it for years in Miami. People would want to come see me fucked up. They'd tell me afterward, that was great. You said the joke twice. I don't fucking get it. But for fighting, I can't see it. I can't see doing a line of coke and running down that thing and having John McCarthy touch you or Herb Dean touch you and search you down and you go in there with your heart beating like that. I can't fucking see it. And let's say it's a 5-round fucking fight. You come down in 20 minutes.
Really? That fast?
Yeah, you come down in 20 minutes. Maybe the whatever, what do they call when the juice that runs through
adrenaline?
You? Maybe that kicks it up, which it probably does, but I can't see. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. If it worked for Jon Jones, God fucking bless him.
I just think the part most people have a problem with is that if it was a new fighter, he'd probably be out of the UFC already. He would have been out of the UFC before the news came out.
I can't believe that after we listened to this podcast for 2 years and all other podcasts and people get illuminated to what the UFC is about or what they're not about, you don't understand one thing. The UFC is no different than any other fucking company in the world.
Right.
They're into money, okay? If you were Jon Jones, if you're Dana White, okay? You're fucking Dana White. And I call you and I go, hey man, Jon Jones tested positive on December 4th. So what does that mean? That means he tested positive. Can you cancel the fight? No, it's not against. He was out of competition. It was a random UA. What do you want to do? Do you want to fucking cancel the fight after the year they took? Do you really, really think in your heart
after they already had to postpone
that Dana White was going to cancel that fight for Donald Cerrone against Miles Jury? Is that and Hector Lombard against whatever? Is that what you think? What would he do? What would he do December 4th? Dana White. That's not just a card in fucking some fucked up city. That's the card at the MGM Grand on New Year's Day. What the fuck would he do? Are you people that fucking stupid that you would think Dana would go, stop the card, let's put him in a rehab? Fuck him at his fucking rehab. He's fighting. We'll put him on a bus to rehab right after the fight or 2 days after when he gets his yayas out and he gets his dick sucked. But we're not going to put him in a rehab right away. These are the things that people don't understand. And everybody's playing dumb, right? Why didn't they say something to him? Again, it's about money. The bottom line, and especially with this UFC, it's about fucking money, guys. So if you're that fucking stupid at home, Nick Diaz, who gives a fuck? Nick Diaz tested positive after the fight.
Right.
Is that not what the thing was, if I remember correctly?
In competition, yeah.
Two different fucking worlds. So suck it in, get it together, and realize it's all about the fucking Benjamins. And that overrules everything in 2015. There's no rules. What happened to the people who were going to stop the corporations and picket?
Occupy Wall Street.
What happened to them? You know what happened to them? The bottom fucking line. They can't cancel it. You don't like Jon Jones? I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You don't like the way the rules are fucking done? I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Do you know they don't test for THC in basketball?
Really?
No, because every fucking player would fucking fail. They test for coke and steroids and everything else. And the NBA, they don't test for THC. That's widely known. You see?
Hysterical.
Take it. At least you got the fight. Shut your mouth. Let's pray to God that Jon Jones gets better, and let's move on with our life. That's the only thing you can fucking do. Eh or no eh?
Eh.
All right, then. Onnit.com. Did they check his blood? Maybe he was on Onnit.com also. Maybe he was on fucking Alpha Brain. Maybe he was on Shroom Tech fucking Sport. Maybe that's fucking dirty fucking whatever. But whatever it was, this is what we do. You give the guy a fucking chance. Go to Onnit.com. See what they got to offer you. You know what? Onnit is not a vitamin. Onnit is not a fucking one-a-day. Onnit is for you to be the best that you could fucking be. That's why you go to Onnit. You start off with Alpha Brain. I'm not going to fucking tell you again. They got so many great products. If you don't go to Onnit right now when you're at work, they're paying you, right? Who gives a fuck? Go to Onnit.com. Look at the products they got. You're just sitting there with a thumb up your fucking ass. Read about the fucking minerals. Read about the coconut oil. Read about the fucking Shroom Tech Sport. Read about the Shroom Tech Immune. See if it's for you. You know what? It is for you. Because you're going to be the best that you motherfucking can be. A.K.A. the Foo Fighters. Go to Onnit.com. Find something. Try something. Even if it's Alpha Brain. Go to the box and press in
Church.
After you check out, press in church and get 10% off your
Well,
order.
before you check out.
Before you check out. I'm sorry. You get 10% off your order. Plus, if you want to do the Stay On It program, you could stay on it where they mail it directly to your house every month. You don't have to go back online and register where they hit your credit card. I don't know how the fuck they do it. But do me a favor. They got the battle ropes. They got stuff. They got weights. They got a bunch of stuff for you to do, plus the minerals. I can't help you with the battle ropes and that type of stuff, but the minerals are on me. Go to onit.com and press in.
Church.
And get 10% off your fucking first order. Like my man Lee said before. You know, this week, cable gave away free weekends for everybody. Cable channels know they're in trouble. They're trying everything they do to get new people, but the rates are astronomical. Me, I've just been fucking introduced to Roku and Netflix and all this. And I gotta tell you something. I love it. That Netflix has everything you fucking wanted. That Roku has everything you wanted. IronDragonTV.com, my favorite fucking Roku channel. You understand me? They got every single classic martial art film that you love, from Sonny Chiba to early Jackie Chan to the Yip Man series, and every day they add on new fucking movies every week. They got workout movies from On It. They got different, they are tremendous. Dave Foley is working fucking 24/7 to make this Roku channel one of the best fucking channels out there, and it's growing. He's also got the technology on the 4K TV.
And you know what's cool? If you go and check, they're converting a lot of stuff to 4K. But if you go, they have a lot of stuff that they haven't converted yet for free. So they have some free movies on there. So like if they only have a lower quality of it, they put it up there for free. So just go there and you can see more than 2 movies. But then they're in the process of changing that to 4K. So there's some cool free movies on there that you can watch.
Okay, so do me a favor. Go to Iron Dragon TV right now and press in.
Joey.
In the box and get 2 fucking movies for free off the bat. Take a look around, see what they got. Maybe you didn't consider martial art movies. Maybe you didn't like martial art movies, the classic ones. Take a look at the classic ones. You're going to fucking love them, all right? Go to Iron Dragon TV and press in.
Joey.
And get your 2 free movies. Nailed It Life. If you're smoking vapor, you're losing your fucking mind, go to naileditlife.com. The best vapor pen on the market. They've also got some really neat stuff for that whole world of vaping, they call it. What do they call it?
Yeah, vaping. And
they have neat stuff. You know, all the shit you need to put the fucking thing in the pipe and the thing to carry the vape. They have a ton of things, plus T-shirts. Go to naileditlife.com right now and press in.
Joey Diaz.
And get 20% off your first order or 20% off your vapor pen. I'm telling you, high quality, guarantee. You got a problem, you call Dave, they hook you right the fuck up. There's no games. I wouldn't be working with them if they were fugazi. Go to naileditlife.com. And also, for you bad motherfuckers out there trying to get your health in order, I see a lot of you guys have taken it. I'm telling you, give it a shot. HittyCigs.com. Hitty Cigs has fucking vapor cigarettes that'll knock you through a fucking loop. You understand me? They come in different flavors. Not to mention, they come in different grades. 24 milligrams, 16 milligrams, 8 and 0 if you're looking to quit smoking, dog. So you start with the 24. Within a month, you'll be on the 0. They also have a fucking cigar. You could blow smokes at casinos. If you go to Atlantic City, you could blow at the Asians' faces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just won this, Chino. Anyway. Go to hitty6.com. And what do they get, Lee?
You get 20% off when you use code word Joey's Church.
That's right. So they're usually 20, you get it for 16. Give it a try. You're not going to be fucking sorry. Guaranteed 1,200 puffs. You know how many puffs when you buy those things over the counter in a fucking store? How many you get? Done. Nothing. This will last you 2 weeks, even if you're a heavy fucking smoker. Go to hitty6.com. Give them a try. Tell them Joey sent you. I want to thank On It. I want to thank Iron Dragon. I want to thank Nailed It Life. I want to thank Hitty Cigs. And I want to thank all you motherfuckers for waking up and listening to the show and giving us love on every aspect that we got. Like I said, I'm going to be in Helium, Buffalo in 2 weeks. And I'm also going to be at the Columbus Funny Bone Super Bowl weekend, bitches.
Hell yeah. We forgot to say, we had some, because I was thinking when you were doing the Hitty Cigs that how everyone always asks you if they work for quitting smoking, which you've done.
Yeah.
But another guy, we had some crazy Uber drivers on Wednesday. We had a guy who you told you were a political prisoner from Cuba.
Oh my God, we fucking
for the entire ride down. You're like, man, I came from Cuba. I've been here for 30 years. I'm a political refugee.
Those are two of the coolest Uber drivers we ever met. On the way down, it was an old Russian dude who was cool as shit. He kept thinking I was big pussy. On the way back, we had an Egyptian pizza maker that also made Italian food.
He was an Egyptian dude
that made Greek food.
An Italian chef. No, it was Italian, Mexican, and like from the Netherlands, like Dutch food. He was an Egyptian, and I just saw your face, and then you just kept asking him questions about it.
He was a fucking sweetheart, though.
And he left a wife in Egypt.
Yeah, he left his wife in Egypt. You know, these stories are amazing when you get to talk to people. Sometimes they're very interesting. Some people are douchebags. But if you give them a chance, they're very sweet. And both of these guys were very sweet.
And then you got me high, I think the next night, on the way home from Long Beach, and the cops stopped in front of us. Like there's an accident, and the cops stopped the entire highway.
Oh, that's right.
So we got high in Long Beach, and we were driving, and like 4 cop SUVs stopped a line ahead of us, and they stopped for like 20 minutes. And I was stoned out of my mind. And after like 5 minutes, you open up the center console, and you start taking joints out. I'm filming it with the sirens, the lights like 10 feet in front of us, and you smoking on a joint. And then like you started beeping at him, and I got paranoid, so I deleted the video.
Deleted the fucking video, guys.
I was like, I thought cops were gonna come.
The cops are gonna pull him over and take his fucking camera. Can you believe this in this day and age? Fucking, I can't breathe. Get it together, cocksucker. I love you guys. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great week. We'll see you Wednesday night with the great Barry Katz in motherfucking studio. That's one of the best podcasts we did last year. He called it. I can't imagine how knowledgeable he's going to be. So Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, we'll be back here. Again, on it, Iron Dragon TV, Nailed It Life, Hitty Sigs, but most importantly to you motherfuckers for letting us come into your world every week, twice a week, and giving me and Lee all the love you can. That's it. Have a great week. Your dreams are right in front of you. Tell them all to suck your dick and go for it, cocksuckers. What, Lee? What, Lee?
I would love to tell somebody to suck my dick. That'd be fun.
Tell them. Let's go to Denny's.
Okay. This show is brought to you by Onnit.com. Go to Onnit.
Denny's, cocksucker.
Why are you messing with me? I would love to go to Denny's right now.
Those communist eggs.
Why are they communist eggs?
Because they're not real eggs. You don't get healthy from those.
Okay. Don't go to Denny's. Go to Onnit.com. Use code word church to get 10% off of all of their great optimization products. Alpha Brain, New Mood, ShroomTech Immune, ShroomTech Sport. It's code word church to get 10% off. Go to hitecigs.com. That's hitletterecigs.com. And use code word Joey's Church to get 20% off. Better tasting, longer lasting. The proof is in the vape. They have e-cigarettes and e-cigars for you. And you get 20% off when you use code word Joey's Church. Go to naileditlife.com and use code word Joey Diaz to get 20% off of the premier vapor pen on the market for all of you oil and wax smokers out there. And go to Iron Dragon TV and use code word Joey to get 2 free rentals of all of their great martial arts movies. They have the 4K technology coming. You're gonna be able to stream to your Android tablets pretty soon. It's code word Joey to get 2 free rentals.